Hello, hi, it's Liz here, and today it's time to say goodbye to the 15-minute art drawing and our little sketchbook. It has been a really fun project, and I have to say it has made me more confident in lifting up a pencil and doing a little bit of sketching or drawing in my journals. But I'm super excited to move on to this. This is Ink and Wash in the Garden, Watercolour and Ink, Birds, Insects, Wildlife and More. It's Camilla Damsbo, I don't know if that's Brix or Brix. And she's got another book, Ink and Wash Florals. So yeah, we're going to follow this book. It's a gorgeous book. I've got my new little watercolour journal. It's a VN Rose. I have to say, I wish I had opened it before 5 minutes ago. I think I'm a bit disappointed. I hadn't realised that the pages were perforated, and it's really not nicely finished. You can see the kind of the binding there and the spine through some of the pages, and also some of the pages, and I don't know if this is normal, but you get a nice finish there, and yet some of them are different. Some of them are kind of crinkly and some of them are smooth, and I don't know if that's just normal and whether I should just be using the crinkly one or the smooth side. I don't know, but I'm just not keen on the way that it folds with the perforations. I'm going to use it this week. I may treat myself to another. It wasn't that expensive. It was half price. It will get used for something at some point. It's got a cute little envelope at the back. I put some stickers in there because I was going to use these stickers. I bought these stickers and I thought it would be nice to have something on the cover. But now that I've kind of fallen out with this book, I don't want to put one of my nice new stickers. There was actually one that went quite well. This one I thought was quite tasteful. Anyway, it's not happening because what I might do is just use this one for some practice for something. I don't know, but for this week we're going to use it because it's what I've got. And lesson learned, pay more attention to the description. So I'm going to jump. I'm not going to use this first page because it's kind of weird. It's kind of, I don't know. I think I just feel a little bit disappointed. Some people would just say spoiled rotten. Anyway, here we are in the new book, and you get a nice little intro from Camilla, and then some fundamentals, a little bit about what colours she used and how she goes about different types, basic inking techniques, sketching wildlife. So here we are, composition and embellishments, because what she's doing first is she's showing you how to make things, drawings that your birds or your flowers can sit on. So the first thing we're going to learn is a picket fence so that we can sit a bird on it when it comes to do the birds, because I think the next thing is the bird feeder. And I think the premise behind then a branch is so that when you come to learn how to do the birds, you can make a scene rather than just have a bird sitting on its own, I think is what we're going to do here. So, picket fence. I'm not sure I need my... So it can be hard to find a garden without some kind of fence. So a wee blurb there. So what we need is a pencil and eraser. So I've got all my bits here. Let me just move that to the side a little bit. So a pencil and an eraser, paper, fine liners. I've got a 01, a 005 and a 02. I bought a new box because I've got some random fine liners, but I didn't have a full set. So these are the micron fine liners, and you get all the numbers. So treated myself to them. Watercolour brush size 7. I don't have a size 7. I'm hoping that I'm not too far off with a size 6. Because I've got a 6 and I've got, as luck would have it, an 8. But I don't have a 7. And my 8's all a wee bit hairy. So I'm going to use my 6 because I can't think how that's really much different. Water and cloth I've got in a palette, and I'm just going, I don't have a fancy palette. I'm going to have to, maybe when I'm looking for a new book, I'll treat myself to a palette as well. And I'm just going to use this dish. Is what I'm going to use for my palette. So, step 1. Let's start easy by grabbing your pencil and drawing boards that point upwards. Shape them almost like a pencil with a flat tip at the end. So plenty steps. This looks fairly straightforward. I'm going to do my fence over here. So I need my pencil. Right. So let me just see that I am here with you. Yeah. Okay. So is it 3? Right, so I've been watching lots of videos and they say that you should hold your pencil up when you're sketching so that it's quite loose. Hold it up high. I'm quite kind of a, quite near the lead kind of holder, but if I go a bit halfway maybe. So, and plus this is a different kind of style than the drawing. I think I'm going to enjoy this because it's kind of loose. And she explains that, you know, you want it to look realistic, and so nothing is really kind of, you know, you don't get a picket fence that's dead straight. Right, there we go. So, number 2, draw the horizontal board. Should be a bit wider than the vertical ones and hide behind so that it's only partly seen. So we're going about there. And then about there. 3. Now, for the first time in the book, take your 01 fine liner and draw a rough outline on the boards. Keep it fast, make the lines uneven, just like old wood. So, 01, 01. Take your and draw a rough outline on the board. So we're just going over. Yeah, did I mention I've been watching, I've been binge watching a lady whose channel is called My Nature Diaries, and she does this ink and watercolour, Right, step 4. Carefully erase your pencil guidelines. Don't push too hard to break the paper. Okay. Yeah, so my nature diaries. And I wanted to do this in that style where she's actually making like a diary entry with her painting. But this book doesn't lend itself to that because she goes over the 2 pages. And with this book being perforated, it's not able to do that, I don't think. Anyway, best laid plans and all that. Maybe it'll turn out that I like this wee book. Who knows? So step 5. This still looks a bit unfinished, so let's get started on some details. Take the 005. 005. It's this one. We don't need our pencil and our rubber anymore. 005 and draw nails, 2 small uneven ovals on each vertical board where it meets the horizontal one. Right, so 2 nails. There we are. Step 6. Now the fun begins. Keep the 005 fine line on your hand. Start creating texture. Start creating texture of the aged wood. Vary the length. Follow the direction of the boards while moving around the nails. Move your hand fast to avoid overworking. At the top of the vertical boards, you can add a few cracks. Right, okay, here we go. So some lines. Can you see how those lines are? They just look kind of random lines. Down. She says move fast. And then some cracks. I don't know how we do the cracks. I'm a bit wobbly. I'm trying to do it fast, like she said. Not as easy as I think, though, you can't criticise yourself until it's finished because we've still got lots of paint to add and lots of things to... I'm going to leave it there. So 7, finally finish the texture with the 02. I think I'm going to put stickers on these with the numbers so that I can find the numbers easy. To give a few darker details, add a bit of darkness to the nails at the bottom of the ovals. Draw darker spots where you want the wood to have uneven cracks. At the end, add a few dark lines to the horizontal board where there might be shadows. Right, so adding to the nails. right? Bottom of the ovals, draw darker spots, a few dark lines where the shadows are. And then she just looks like she's done a few darker ones, just kind of round the nails there as well. Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that. Looks like the fence is watching me. Well, like you were watching you with those beady eyes. Okay, number 8. So, when you're happy with your sketch, grab your brush. Okay, brush is grabbed. Dip it into the Van Dyke brown. Paint the boards wet on dry with plenty of white space. While it's wet, you can dip in clean water, change the colour, more paint, and that's it. And that's it. The birds are now welcome to land and chill on this beautiful resting place. Okay, so when it comes to paint, I've got my Alt New, which has got a brown, but I also dug out my old, very, very old Winsor & Newton little tubes, and it's burnt umber that's in here. So I think I might give this a go. And just put a little bit here. Oh, these are old and it's got kind of funny stuff there. Right, we'll give it a go anyway. So I'm guessing I need to add some water. I stole this dish from the kitchen. It sits on our coffee trolley. Right, I don't need these clips. Right, so I've got my water. And I've got a little bit of paint. And I've got my book. Okay. Plenty of white space. So I'm guessing I'm just going to keep it light for now until we add in our darker colours. To change the colour with more paint. Now, I've maybe added water to too much of this. No, that's a darker bit. So if anyone has any recommendations for a good watercolour, decent one. In fact, what I might do is go back onto that YouTube for my nature diaries and actually go into the description because of the video, because she said she put in the description the name of the pad that she uses. Right, I'm wondering if I need even darker. I haven't left much white on that bit. Is that a little bit of paint there that's dark? Of course, it dries darker as well. Well, I think I'm okay with that. I don't think I'm going to put any more paint. I think my brown colour is probably browner than that shade that she's used. But that doesn't matter. So there we are. What do we think? I'm okay with that. It's listing a little to the side there, and the side bit's going up, but we can pretend that it's a fence going up a hill. I can imagine one of the birds sitting on that. Yeah, I'm happy enough with that, I think. It's odd because it looks perforated there. Yeah, it looks it's perforated there. Anyway. See, this is when I start to go off-piste a little bit and can't stop myself. Yeah, I'm not making it any better. Okay, so that's our first episode of the new book. Like I say, it wasn't really what I had planned. Something different planned, but we'll see how it goes. We'll maybe carry on. Maybe this book isn't as bad as what I initially thought. And maybe I'll get a new one. Don't know. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. I know that the ladies in the Facebook group are going to follow along, and I know a couple of them have bought the book. So I'm looking forward to seeing the picket fences appearing on Facebook. So if you want to join in, or if you want to have a look at what we're doing, then by all means, I'll put a link in the description box to our friendly Facebook group, and you'll be made more than welcome. And yeah, so yeah, good. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for joining me. If you've enjoyed the video, a thumbs up would be great, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.